You're welcome. Thank you for participating. And let's talk about your eyeballs. Your eyeballs probably hurt when you're looking up for the same reason that it's really hard to swallow if you turn your head to the side, or it's really hard to swallow if you puff your cheeks out and look up. Give those a shot, see if those are challenging too. The reason that is because you don't do it much. It's because most of the time you're sitting with your phone in front of you and you're just looking at what's right in front of you. You're at your computer, you're at driving. We're locked in this thing called chronic focus. And this front part of our body, your hands are doing things that are right in front of you. We're overusing these, scrolling with our thumbs. This is called the radial line, by the way. And it locks us into something called our sympathetic nervous system, which is associated with fight or flight responses. So you're either running away from something or you're fighting something. And it's really messing us up. It's really messing us up because these screens now give us light at nighttime. We're not synced up with the circadian rhythm because the screens have more valuable information. They have text, they have emails, they have our calendars, they have our entire lives right in front of us. It's taken us out of what it means to be human being, which is to, yes, do what's right in front of us, be in the sympathetic nervous system. When there's a tiger, fight it or run away from it. But when you're just chilling, when you're eating food, nowadays people are not able to access their peripheral nervous system, which is the side body behind you. It's that little pincher crab. Everyone's here. No one's here. And so when your eyes look up, this is us accessing the part of our vision that allows us to get into a sympathetic way of being or a parasympathetic way of being. This is a relaxed way of being. This is where resting and digesting actually happens. A lot of people associate doing nothing or relaxing with just scrolling on their phone or watching TV. That's not true. Your eyes are still focused on something. Oftentimes when people are on their phone or watching TV, they're not relaxing. At least their body doesn't get those signals based off what they're doing. Typically when people start to feel bored, that's when their body is actually relaxing. And then that's when the mind kicks in and is like, let's do something. Let's be productive. And the eyes are made of the same tissue as the brain. The eyes are not, connected to the brain. They're the part of your brain that touches the air. And so if your brain just does one thing over and over and over again, and that thing is very one-dimensional, just the thing in front of you, when it starts to do things that are to the side of you or above you or below you or behind you, that's not just right in front, it feels very inadequate. It feels very insecure. And so the pain is not actually pain. It's not hurting. It's just discomfort. And it's a similar discomfort that you might feel if you do something that you've never done before. Like you never surfed before, you get on a surfboard, you're going to feel uncomfortable. Some people would associate that with pain, and they would never attempt surfing again because it was too painful. The video that this was commented on, if you guys aren't aware, it's a video where I literally invite you to heal your nervous system through just being bored, looking up, smelling, swallowing, and blowing a cool stream of air. This is a way of, I guess you could call it hacking the nervous system, although it's more like unhacking the nervous system. Like phones and screens and etc. have hijacked our nervous system, and they've locked us into this chronic focus to the point now where everyone is obsessing with the healing process and thinking that they need to go to therapy for the rest of their lives and drink a bunch of psychedelic medicines in the jungle and, take way too many yoga classes to the point where they start moving like Gumby and their bones get all bendy and weak. Not that I have anything against yoga. It's just the solution is so much more simple than the majority of people wants to allow it to be. And that's because the majority of people are still obsessed with their mind. They're still obsessed with what healing looks like as opposed to what it feels like and the actual benefits of it. Because the reality is healing is a lot more simple than all of the gurus selling crystals and Palo Santo and sage and yoga retreats want you to know about. Healing is actually very, very simple. You just have to You just have to start accessing the parts of your body that you don't access as much in ways that you wouldn't necessarily access them if you didn't have a smartphone or a screen to take your attention. Like looking up is like looking at clouds. What do you think our ancestors did when they weren't hunting or gathering? Looking at clouds, watching birds fly across the sky. Nowadays, if I tell you to look over at something, most people either have to turn their heads or they have to turn their entire body because their spine is fused. And so looking up with the eyes, it's the beginning of defusing and decoupling your eyes and your neck and your spine and your entire body so that the eyes can move more independently, so that you can look at something and you're not already facing it and ready to put it in your mouth, or you're not already towards it and ready to engage with it, even though it's something that you know you shouldn't be doing. The problem is that your mind knows what to do, but your body doesn't trust it yet. And so your mind also wants to just keep things predictable. It doesn't want to go into this unfamiliar territory. Like I said with the surfing, if you never surfed before and you go out surfing, it's going to be uncomfortable because it's something you've never done before. It might be fun, but it's probably going to be uncomfortable because it's something you've never done before. You might feel embarrassed. And your mind, wanting to protect you, might say, this is painful. I hurt myself. I hurt my shoulder. Anyway, this is very insidious stuff. But thank you for participating in that video. I recommend doing that at least once a day. 10 minutes is a great start. And if you can make a practice out of being consciously and intentionally bored for 10 minutes while looking up, smelling, swallowing, blowing a cool stream of air, wherever you're at with your nervous system, just doing that every day, it will help you take steps towards having a much more relaxed, graceful, awesome experience of life. So anyway, also, if anyone else's eyeballs hurt, let me know. Again, hurt, felt uncomfortable, unfamiliar, let me know in the comments, and keep doing it. Because again, the mind will have you avoid pain, short-term pain, that ultimately turns into long-term gains as a way of making your life right now comfortable, but then eventually in the long term, it turns out to be disaster. So this is really what discipline is all about. It's about thinking about your future self, keeping your future self in mind. Because yes, this may feel uncomfortable with the eyes. One thing you can do also, if you stuck around, look up, look to the right, look to the left. So the top corners of your eyes as well, those are also going to be uncomfortable. But again, if you make those more comfortable, even crossing your eyes, makes you a little dizzy, a little disorienting. If you can learn to orient yourself within the dizziness, if you can learn to calm yourself down within the discomfort and the confusion, that's what you want to be able to do in life. You want to be able to soothe yourself, to calm down when things are intense. You want to be able to do that. How do you do that? You practice. What's the best way to practice? Right fucking now. Go back, watch some of my videos where I ask you to be bored, or watch some of my sacred calibration videos where I ask you to make some grunty noises. Like, I have so many free resources here on TikTok for you guys, and just all across social media. I have some more in my my link in the bio as well. So there's plenty of help available for you guys.